Right, let's get straight to it. Here's a big question for you, one that's buzzing around every pub and dinner table. Would you seriously consider buying an electric car in the next 5 years? It's not a trick question, I promise. The world is changing, and the cars we drive are changing with it, faster than ever before. You see them everywhere now, silently gliding past. They're no longer just strange little science projects on wheels. They are becoming the norm. The idea of plugging your car in like a mobile phone is something we all have to think about now. It's a massive shift, isn't it? From the rumble of a V8 to the quiet hum of a battery. Not too long ago, the choice was simple. You'd pick between petrol or diesel. Easy. Now, it feels like you need a degree in electrical engineering just to browse a car showroom. There are hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and full-on battery electric vehicles. It's a lot to take in. The biggest hurdle for many is what they call range anxiety. That little fear in the back of your mind that you'll run out of juice in the middle of nowhere. Is that something that worries you? Or are you more concerned about finding a charging point that actually works when you need it? These are the real-world things we all have to weigh up. Of course, the pull of an electric car is massive. The acceleration is just bonkers. It's instant. You press the pedal and whoosh, you're off. There's no waiting for an engine to get into its stride. It's pure, silent, neck-snapping power. It can make even a simple family hatchback feel like a supercar off the line. And think about the running costs. No more eye-watering bills at the petrol station, you just top it up overnight at home. It sounds brilliant on paper, but the real world is often a bit more complicated. It's a massive decision, and it's one that's creeping up on all of us. So, the next 5 years. That's not a long time, really. By then, there will be even more electric models to choose from, and the charging network will hopefully be much better. But the question remains personal. Are you the sort of person who's ready to jump in headfirst and embrace the future, or are you holding back, waiting to see how it all plays out? Maybe you're waiting for that one perfect electric car that ticks all your boxes. It's a fascinating time to be a car enthusiast with so many new things to explore and so many big choices to make. What's your take on it all? When you think of electric cars, one name probably pops into your head first: Tesla. They really kicked the whole thing off, didn't they? They made electric cars cool, desirable, and incredibly fast. For a long time, they were the only serious game in town. Because of that, they've built up a huge amount of brand recognition. People trust Tesla because they've been doing it longer than most and have a massive, dedicated network of superchargers. When you buy a Tesla, you're not just buying a car, you're buying into a whole ecosystem. That gives a lot of people confidence, knowing there's a proven system behind them, but now, there are some serious new players on the field. Let's talk about Rivian. They came out of nowhere with their electric pickup truck and SUV. They're aimed at the adventurous type, the sort of person who wants to go camping or exploring on the weekend. Their designs are rugged, but also very clever, with features like the gear tunnel for storage. People are starting to trust Rivian because they seem to have a clear identity. They aren't trying to be another Tesla. They are carving out their own niche in the market, and that authenticity is earning them a lot of fans who want something different. Then you have Lucid. Oh, Lucid. These cars are all about luxury and performance. They are aiming squarely at the high-end market, competing with the likes of the Mercedes S-Class, but with electric power. Their big claim to fame is range. They have produced cars that can go further on a single charge than any other EV out there, which directly tackles that range anxiety we talked about. People who trust Lucid are often drawn to the engineering and the incredible attention to detail. They see it as the next level of electric car technology, a brand that is pushing the boundaries of what is possible. It feels like a very serious, very premium product. So, if you had to put your money down, which brand would you trust the most? Is it the established giant Tesla, with its proven track record and charging network? Or are you more intrigued by the focused, adventurous spirit of a newcomer like Rivian? Perhaps the cutting-edge technology and sheer luxury of Lucid is what wins your confidence. Each one of them has a different appeal, and the brand people trust often says a lot about what they value most in a car, experience, lifestyle, or pure technological brilliance. It's a proper battle of the brands, and it's only just getting started. Now for the really futuristic stuff: autonomous driving, the idea that your car can drive itself. Part of me, the part that loves technology, gets incredibly excited about this. Imagine a long, boring motorway journey where you could just press a button, sit back, and read a book or watch a film. The car would handle all the braking, accelerating, and steering. It could make traffic jams less stressful and long-distance travel much less tiring. For many, this is the ultimate luxury, the peak of automotive convenience. It's the promise of turning wasted travel time into productive or relaxing time. Who wouldn't want that? The technology is getting cleverer by the day. We already have adaptive cruise control that keeps a set distance from the car in front, and lane keeping assist that nudges you back if you start to drift. These are the building blocks of full self-driving. Every new car seems to come with a new set of sensors, cameras, and clever computers that can see and react to the world around them. The excitement comes from seeing this technology evolve in real time. We are living through a revolution in how we interact with our cars, moving from being the driver to being a passenger in our own vehicle. However, there's another part of me, the part that loves driving, that is a little bit worried, and I know I'm not alone. Do you completely trust a computer to make a split-second life or death decision on a busy road? It's a massive leap of faith. We've all seen the headlines when something goes wrong, and it makes you think, is the technology truly ready for all the unpredictable chaos of a real-world city street? What about bad weather, confusing road markings, or a pedestrian suddenly stepping out from behind a bus? These are the scenarios that keep engineers and the rest of us up at night. This brings up a huge debate. Are you more excited or more concerned about the rise of autonomous features? For some, the potential for increased safety, computers don't get tired or distracted, is the biggest selling point. For others, the loss of control and the potential for technological failure is a major fear. It's a classic battle between human intuition and artificial intelligence. We are the generation that has to navigate this transition, deciding how much control we are willing to hand over to the machines that carry us around. It's a thrilling and slightly terrifying prospect, all at the same time. When it comes to cars, we don't just want to drive them, we love to watch, read, and talk about them. It's a passion that goes far beyond just getting from A to B. So, what kind of car content do you enjoy the most? Are you the type of person who loves a detailed car review? Someone who wants to know every single thing about a new model, from its 0 to 60 time to the quality of the stitching on the seats? Or maybe you're more of a hands-on person who gets a lot out of practical tutorials like how to change your oil or how to get the most out of your car's infotainment system. Then there's the epic stuff, the grand road trips. There's something magical about watching a beautiful car drive through an incredible landscape. It's pure escapism. It's not just about the car, it's about the journey, the adventure, and the freedom that cars represent. These films can inspire us to plan our own adventures or just let us dream for a little while. This kind of content connects with us on an emotional level. It reminds us why we fell in love with cars in the first place. It's the fun, the excitement, and the joy of being out on the open road. This gets me thinking about what we should do next. We're always looking for the next great car to feature, the next story to tell. So I want to ask you directly, which car should we get our hands on next? Is there a new EV you're dying to see put through its paces? A new supercar you want to see if it lives up to the hype? Or maybe an unsung hero, an affordable car that you think deserves more attention? Your suggestions are what keep things interesting, so don't be shy. Let us know what you want to see reviewed, tested, or taken on a massive adventure. And one final thought. We often show you the finished product, the polished review, the epic film. But there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. The planning, the challenges, the things that go wrong, and the silly moments on a film shoot. Would you be interested in seeing more of that? A bit of a peek behind the curtain at how we make these things happen, maybe some outtakes from a car show or a road trip. Let me know what you think. And hey, if you want to see Cadillac Bob make an appearance or have a wild idea for the next episode, drop it in the comments. It's your passion that drives everything we do, so your voice is the most important one. Cheers.